Welcome to Armstrong High School for Northwest Suburban Conference Volleyball. Tonight, the Falcons welcome in the Maple Grove Crimson. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox, along with Andy Gugesberg. And Andy, both these teams kind of in the middle of the pack in the conference, looking to see if they can't work their way toward the top and get playing some good ball down toward section time.
What I see tonight as a big part of the match is which team can serve and pass the best. That first contact's going to make a whole lot of difference. Being in system, being able to get their middles the ball early is really going to help spread the ball later on in the match and get those outsides, the one-on-ones that we're looking for.
Maple Grove got off to a really solid start this year, and they said maybe exceeding expectations a little bit. Bit of a rough week last week, though, so they're looking to bounce back. They didn't feel they played as well as they could against Mounds View.
Mounds View was a tough match for them. They gave Andover everything they could handle, looking to rebound today against a very good Armstrong team before they go up against powerhouse Blaine later on in the week.
Armstrong is a team that's had some injury troubles. They haven't been able to put the lineup that they would like to put on the court for very many matches this year, and that certainly has an impact.
It sure does. You know, you want to get your team in a rhythm right around this time of the year, and having injuries will always cause a problem. Losing the big middle they lost just last week in their Orono match can't help them at this point in the year, but Coach has done a really good job of mixing up some players and getting the right personnel in the right place to put forth a great effort tonight.
Let's talk about key players to keep an eye on. A couple of players you're pretty familiar with, starting with the visitors from Maple Grove. And Tegan LaBerge has had a good varsity career for this Crimson program.
I'll tell you, Tegan LaBerge came in a few years ago and got really strong really quick. They moved her to the outside this year from the middle so they could get her the ball more often, and she is far and away the best attacker this team has. Erin Engel comes in a close second, but when LaBerge is on, look out. You're going to have a tough time slowing her down.
And for Armstrong, they want to run everything through their setter, a very talented player. Seems like she's been on their team for a long time, even though she's not a senior yet, Indigo Thompson.
Indigo Thompson is probably one of the most athletic players I've seen play this game in a while. Her ability to take that ball and put it to whatever hitter she feels can score is going to be the real difference maker for that Armstrong team today.
All right, should be an entertaining matchup here tonight. The Crimson and the Falcons, they do battle next. Volleyball action from the Northwest Suburban Conference is up next on 12 Sports.
So many kids' activities today seem to leave out the activity part. New research tells us that just getting children to walk an extra 35 minutes a day could spare them the pain of thinning bones later in life. Encourage your kids to get up, get out, and get moving.
Hello. Hey, Grandma, how about another grape soda?
A public service message on building strong bones for kids from the Pediatric Orthopedic Society of North America and the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
And welcome back here to Armstrong as the Falcons being introduced to their home crowd here on Parents' Night, and they would dearly love to get a win here. And both these teams don't really know a whole lot about each other, haven't run across each other in tournaments this year. Of course, have been playing the last few years since Armstrong came into the Northwest Suburban Conference, but in terms of this year, they're not necessarily all that familiar with each other. So you get a look at the starting lineup for Maple Grove and Coach Monica Getchell. Morgan Smith, their libero, and Kayla Crane, the setter for the Crimson. And for Armstrong and Aisha Green, their lineup looks like this. Laura Long now, their libero, Indigo Thompson, the setter, and we talked about injuries being an issue. Callie Casisto is out with a broken tibia for them, and was a key factor for the Falcons, but not at the moment, as she'll be out for the rest of the season here. And they're getting everything sorted back out that way. I think a good start is important probably for Armstrong, maybe more so even than Maple Grove. Come out in your home court, try and establish something right away.
Yeah, especially if you consider the changes they made. They moved Sather over from the libero to the outside hitter position with the injury, and it's going to make a big difference seeing how this libero steps in, how she handles the floor, especially on that serve receive, running her show, getting the ball up to Thompson and seeing where this offense can go.
Officials getting everybody checked in and sorted out, and it looks like Maple Grove will have the serve to start it out with Aaron Engel. Armstrong coming off an appearance in the Chanhassen tournament where they went 1-3 over the weekend.
It's a nice tournament, that Chanhassen tournament. Got some high-quality teams in there, and I'm sure it's going to help Armstrong as they go down the stretch here in the Northwest Suburban Conference to see those caliber teams at a tournament venue. Looks like Thompson's running her show, giving her players what they're supposed to be running here out of serve receive, and it looks like we're about live.
Here's Aaron Engel serving to start it out for the Crimson. Thompson coming middle with it there. Morgan Smith able to keep that ball alive. And the kill recorded there for LeBerge for Maple Grove is Long not quite able to handle that one in the back row. 1-0 Crimson. Maple Grove will be in tournament action Apple Valley coming up this Saturday. Tip to the middle, but good coverage by Crane there. Cross court with it, and it is just wide. As Laura Brixius, good idea, but not quite able to keep it on the court, and it'll be a point for the Falcons. We're even at 1.
You know what, I like what the Crimson are doing here. When their setter takes that first ball, they're letting the libero step in and set. That really allows the attacking options to stay available.
So a 2-1 lead now for Maple Grove, and Smith will serve. Come to McGill. Was there a touch on that one? No. Clearly landed long, but no touch up front either. So 3-1 lead for Maple Grove. And that one put away as they went middle with it there. Courtney Mellum, the sophomore, puts it away.
Going to be very important for Armstrong to get those middles involved early in order to get everything situated on the pins later in the match.
Sather, another sophomore, serving here for Armstrong. It's a pretty good serve. Smith just barely kept it up, and then double hit there on Brixius. So pretty solid serve by Sather, and it ends up netting him a point, and we're even at 3. Engel had to fight that one off a little bit. Nice pass there by Long, and then Thompson to McGill, but block right back at her off the forehead even.
Nice job closing the block over there by Maple Grove. A little excitement on the faces there as they close that block and celebrate.
Jenna Bajan off the bench and will serve now for Maple Grove, number 8. They hold a 1-point lead here. Another block. Thompson, whoops, they weren't quite on the same page, though he will get it over, a free ball. The Bears puts it away. Armstrong a little slow to react behind that block.
Nice touch on the block by McGill, and defense got to get under that ball and keep that ball in play.
Bajan serving with a 2-point lead. McGill off the antenna on that one as the ball is outside and not quite able to cut it back in. Tipped over the block that time by Whipple. play by Thompson to get down on that one as Sather dug it up. And Bears will send it over. And put away by Courtney Mellon there for Armstrong, and they get a much-needed side out.
Rotate Mellon back to the back row. We're going to see new middle hitter, Chloe Pavlian, who was playing outside before that injury happened. One of those many changes we're going to see.
Engel backpedaling, got the pass on target, and slide to the outside, and Van Gorder Braid able to get the kill there. It looked like that was not a real easy ball to handle, as it was a little tight to the net, but she did a pretty good job.
You always want to make sure your hitters are comfortable with what they're hitting, but I like the force early on in the match here.
Amber Domingue into serve here for the Crimson. Rolled over by Whipple. And good alert play up front by Armstrong as Crane tried to dump that one over with the left hand, but the Falcons were ready. Now they're to within 2 again at 7-5. McGill will serve. And able to drop it in for an ace.
Home court advantage right there, using the equipment off the top of the tape. If they practice that, kudos to them.
Armstrong trying to even it up here in game 1. 7-6 deficit right now. Nice effort, but unable to dig it up there. The Crimson with Domingue, so now even at 7, it looked like Maple Grove had sort of taken command just a little bit, but not for long. Outside for Engel, and able to put it away. Sather diving for one that was kind of in between everyone there. They looked like they weren't quite sure who should get after that one, and 8-7 lead now for Maple Grove.
You know, when we talked to both coaches at the beginning of the match, they both mentioned that serve receive is going to be very important, and it's showing right here. The teams that serving tough, keeping the passers out of system is really making a difference.
Laura Otterness, a serving error there, though, for Maple Grove.
And right on cue. Sorry about that.
And they return the favor there as Paige Whipple should be. Here's Crane serving, and it's a good one. Crane, the lefty, able to deliver an ace for Maple Grove, and they go up by 2.
You know, the jump float at the high school level is a relatively effective serve, as it's not something seen very often. So you just get a little bit of elevation, suddenly confuses the passers.
And that one way too strong, though, and it will be Armstrong's side out here as they're back to within 1.
Maybe I should quit talking about the serving.
Laura Long. Engel able to get it done cross court there as Lundqvist had crept up a little bit, and then that ball was up. Probably should have tried to play that one overhand if possible. They were a little bit in between there.
Engel does a really nice job out there on the outside. Nice compliment to LeBerge. Some height, some not quite height, but a very smart attacker in Engel.
Thompson for Sather, cuts it at a sharp angle cross court and gets the kill.
It's a great shot by Sather, getting her body around the ball, able to hit whatever angle she wants. Catches LeBerge a little bit off balance. Nice swing.
It was almost one of those like a change up there that really went off the side of her hand a little bit, it appeared, but it worked out very well. And LeBerge off the block, and that one hurt the hands of the blocker a little bit there. Malum got it off the tip of her finger there. A kill for Tegan LeBerge.
It's a big swing. They had a nice close block. She did a really good job of banging hard, though.
That one is denied. Falcons can't get to it. Solid middle block there. Armstrong just kind of came straight up the middle and not much angle to it, and Whipple was denied up front. And Gorder Braid, I think, getting most of that block. Smith serving. They come to McGill on the left, and she pounds it home. Not a bad job disguising that one by Thompson. There was a little uncertainty whether that ball was going middle or to the left.
And McGill will take advantage of that blocking lineup for the rest of the match if they're going to keep that up.
Armstrong back to within 2. Every time Maple Grove tries to pull away a little bit, they've had an answer. Smith can't control that one. And Armstrong now back to within 1. Kelsey Sather, a little fan club among the Falcon students. Crane will come right side with it cross court, but misfiring there is Brixius, and now Armstrong has evened it up again at 13. Sather too strong with that one, and now 14-13.
Armstrong does a great job fighting back and can't quite pull ahead here. We'll see what they do out of serve receive here. I like McGill here coming around.
Bayesian in to serve here for the Crimson. And there it is, out for McGill. Cross court with that one, and able to put it away. Good call here, Andy.
She sees that block. The block starts cheating out to the outside. Thompson does a great job of reversing her set there, getting McGill that seam in the block we're looking for.
Armstrong trying to take the lead, but a serving error by Malum will give it back to Maple Grove. Demengi into serve here for the Crimson. See, they're able to get to it. Long has to play it over, and a good chance here for Maple Grove. Crane coming to Engel, had it denied, run down though by Demengi. Engel, another try at it, just long.
Some pretty good defensive volleyball there. Good solid block, great coverage by Demengi on the other side of it. Really like to see these teams playing hard for each point.
McGill to serve here now, again trying to give her team the lead, even up at 15. Engel going deep to the corner. Sather now to Thompson. Engel rolling it back the other way. Indigo Thompson coming to Whipple on the outside, off the block, and Armstrong in front.
Good long rally. I'll tell you, Whipple does a nice job of using the block here. As we'll see, she comes in. It's a nice block. She goes high off the hands, and it's just a little too deep off the block for Demengi to get to.
McGill continuing to serve strong, and that'll be an ace. 17-15 now for the Falcons.
A little bit of struggle in the communication error. Somebody thought that ball was out. Demengi made a reach at the end to make a play on the ball.
And that one is wide, so 17-16. I was going to say on the previous one, talking about communication, it's by no means an enormous crowd in here, but the sound really bounces around in this gym, and I think it at times has been loud enough that it could be a factor for them.
Sure seems that way. They're looking at each other after a point going, what are you talking about? What did you see there? We'll see if it affects later on in the match.
Laura Otterness serving here. And Whipple didn't get solid contact on that one now, so we're back to even at 17. And that time Long's pass didn't get under the ball and couldn't find Thompson with it, so now the Crimson back in front, 18-17. Timeout taken by Aisha Green on the Armstrong side. Well, pretty even so far here.
Pretty even so far, you know, some big swings on both sides, some as we call, unforced errors with the missed serves and the out-of-system attacking errors. You know, I think either side, whichever side cleans that up a little bit better off this timeout, is probably going to take this first set. We're definitely getting our money's worth tonight, though. Good volleyball, worth the drive for sure, all the way up here from Burnsville that I made. That traffic on 169, I don't know how you people stay on that road every day. Ay, 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 ay.
And then
I tell you, Monica Getchell has probably forgotten more about volleyball than I'll ever know, and you can tell by looking at her athletes exactly what they're thinking. Yep, this is it. And Aisha, exactly the same thing. Players are buying into what she's got to say. We'll see a strong, strong play off this serve receive. I can tell by the look on those kids' face. We're in for a good one here.
Monica Getchell's husband, Steve, who has done a lot of helping with her at Maple Grove, was for quite some time the head coach at Armstrong. So she said, yeah, I don't come here regularly anymore, but I spend an awful lot of time. My boys, when they were little, they kind of grew up in this gym a little bit. Thompson coming to the outside with it and put away there by Pavla. As Maple Grove, that ball appeared to possibly be headed out, and this was kind of an oops, I didn't mean to play it, kind of little reach out there by Otterness.
Decent block, good things happening off that block. You know, we got to get under that ball and keep the ball in play on either side. It's the second or third ball that I think off the block should have still been in play.
Lundqvist, the lefty, serving here for the Falcons. Crane to Engel, and mishit that one, trying to go cross court with it, and it'll be a point for the Falcons. They go back in front now at 19-18.
Crane's doing a great job of getting that middle, moving around, not keeping her in front all the time, not moving her behind all the time, making the middle from Armstrong really pay attention to what's going on.
Engel this time able to get it done as she defeats the block, and 19-19 now, and Maple Grove will get the serve back. We get closer to the end of this one, and you know, each little point, you know, reality is every point counts the same, but they seem so much bigger when you get into the 20s or near it here.
Yeah, when I used to coach over at Cretin-Durham Hall, Rick Coolwine used to say, we got to play perfect after 20, and there's some truth to that. You want to play hard every point, every time, but you don't want to be giving away points once you hit that 20 point, which is right where Maple Grove is right now.
Taylor Johnson getting the kill there as Thompson tried to get up for the block, but mistimed it a little bit. And that one is not played cleanly off the serve received there by Long. So Maple Grove scoring a couple crucial ones in a row here. They go up by 2, and Crane will serve. She'd say, maybe I'll just go ahead and finish her off here. That's what their plan is. We haven't had too many real long runs of points for either team, but Maple Grove will get another one there as a misfire by Sather. Armstrong making a few crucial mistakes here late in this one.
She's coming in hard and fast, not quite getting her feet behind that ball. That's what's causing that attacking error.
And Long's pass off target, 23-19 now, Maple Grove. Crane has been a consistent server here for Maple Grove in this one. Thompson sends it over. They'll come to Engel. And she puts it away. Maple Grove on a nice run here. Aaron Engel, and as expected, Coach Green going to use a timeout.
That play is set up a lot by that first contact dig, giving the middle the option to get set. When that middle is available, they've been giving her the ball quite a bit, so the middle on Armstrong has to stick there, and that leads to the seam in the block, leading to a big kill.
There is a look at Monica Getchell, a volleyball family. Her dad, Jake, was a coach for many years, high school and college level, and of course, her husband, Steve, a longtime coach and still coaching. And
Monica herself is a member of the U of M Hall of Fame from the volleyball program over there at the U. One of the first great setters in a long history of great Minnesota setters at the university. Also the very first setter inducted into the High School League Hall of Fame when she won a state championship the first year that there was one for the High School League here in Minnesota.
Yep, for Osseo High School. Crane trying to take game 1 here for the Crimson. Not so fast. Maple Grove trying to run it down, but can't do it, and Armstrong still alive as they get to 24-20.
You got to like that hustle from the entire Crimson team there. Ball went off the court, and we had 5 bodies following it. Every coach loves to see that. You see a quick smile on Getchel's face there.
Long serving. They'll go to the middle and get it done. Laura Brixius off the block and good, and Maple Grove prevails in the first one, 25-20. Crimson as they close strong. We will be back with our second game here on 12 Sports. Northwest Suburban Volleyball action as Maple Grove now leading at 1-0.
One day these rats were playing in the woods. Wanted some matches and that's no good. Listen to smoke before you give it a try. Only you. Don't play with matches. Don't play with fire. Cause there's nothing very funny about free nothing very nice on a homeless mind. So if a gorgeous force is what you desire, don't play with matches. Don't play with fire.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Fire.
An 18-year-old has been charged with a shooting that critically injured another person.
Last week, one of the vehicles disappeared from this lot in plain sight. Ultimate goal is to develop an app that gives the visually impaired turn-by-turn directions.
Event organizers say many of the fences here were about 20 years old and were in need of replacing.
Hits this one well out to left field, and that one's going to be in for a hit. It bounces to the fence. A run scores.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
If you could see anything in the world, what would it be?
I'd love to see Paris.
I like to see cupcakes falling from the sky.
To save your vision in the years ahead, call your eye doctor for a comprehensive eye exam today. Then call 1-800-437-2423 or log on to seeabettertomorrow.org to learn about glaucoma and macular degeneration.
I just want to see more of the things I love.
And welcome back here to Armstrong. Maple Grove prevailing 25-20 as we get set for the second and best of 5 here in Northwest Suburban Volleyball action. We'll take a look at the point that ended up winning it here for Maple Grove.
Domingue sticks his first pass, allowing any option we want. And they hang a nice 32 set there, set to the middle, a little off the setter. Make sure that the middle on the other side of the net is really watching what's going on. You mix up that middle set, you figure out where to get her the ball early. Good things happen, and even good things happen late, as we saw for set point there. We had a nice swing, good use off the block, great job by the Crimson. I'll tell you, I think if I had to pick an MVP for that first set, it's Kayla Crane. Strong behind the service line, good job mixing up where she's setting the ball, really getting it done. Nice job by the junior.
And Maple Grove really closed well. There were points in the middle where they, had some little lapses here and there. But once it got to, 18-18 or 19, then they pretty much were flawless from that point on, whereas Armstrong certainly couldn't say that. So that sometimes it's how you finish, maybe more than how the entirety of it. Indigo Thompson with the serve. Cross court but wide. Good communication that time by Armstrong as Brixius. That ball wasn't hit very hard, so they kind of had time to really eye it up and see whether it was going to be in or not. Crane will come to Engel. Lundquist trying to dig it up. There's a lot of room to run those down, and they're able to do it.
Yeah, when we talked to Getchell, she said you feel like you're a mile away here, and it works out to both teams' advantage so far in these first set and a bit. There we go again, getting that middle involved, not quite aware of what's going on. Very sneaky play by Crane there, getting that middle in transition.
Taylor Johnson the kill there, so Engel will serve here for Maple Grove. And able to get it to crawl over. Visiting court advantage that time,
I guess, right? You know, you mentioned something about finishing strong. I had a great coaching friend of mine tell me one day, you know, everybody talks about being a starting this, starting that. I'd rather have finishers than starters, she said.
McGill with an overpass there, but Long able to dig it up. Maple Grove scrambling. Tough ball at the net, and it's off the antenna there as Brixius tried to just swipe it over. So Armstrong will get the point out of it.
Armstrong working hard for that point. Thompson getting up, getting jump setting, freezing that middle just a little bit, throwing the Crimson defense off.
Sather serving now for Armstrong. And put away there by LaBerge for Maple Grove.
Yeah, LaBerge is verbal committed to Drake University. It's a nice get by Drake. She's a long kid, getting stronger day by day, really doing a nice job on the outside for the Crimson.
Smith with the serve. Sather to Thompson, and now McGill. Crane, a one-handed dig on that one. Near
crowd asking for a double.
Yeah, there was a collision that caused that. And LaBerge is able to put it away, so Maple Grove got possibly a break there and able to keep it alive and keep on playing it, and they got the point.
You know, McGill does a great job setting up on the pin, making sure that LaBerge can't hit that line shot, but LaBerge is going to go over the middle there if she gets a good set. She gets up above the middle blocker.
Morgan Smith serving. And a nice block by Van Gorder Braid there. Single block. It left Courtney Malum seeing an opportunity, but unable to get the block here.
Comes in hard and fast, one-on-one. Tries to take it to the right, and we have a nice block. Good close.
Crane will come back outside with it. Nice dig by Long, but then this one's going to go wide. And Maple Grove starting to pile up the points a little bit here in this second, leading it 6-2.
Smith has really good court sense. She knows where she's at on the court. That ball coming over on two. Normally a chaotic play, but she knows where she's at. She knows that ball is out.
Thompson will go to Whipple with it and blocked there, I think, by Van Gorder Braid. Either way, obviously a point for the Crimson. I'm not sure if that one made it over the net or just was blocked, but timeout taken by Armstrong. It's not been a good start for them in the second as a 7-2 deficit.
Aisha Green going to talk it over with her kids here and see if we can't come out stronger with a little better communication. The last couple points, it looked like Armstrong wanted it, and then some small thing caused an error. You know, that's going to happen in this game. To be honest, the first team that makes 25 mistakes loses, because if we did everything right and they did everything right, we'd never let a ball hit the floor. Mistakes happen. It's part of the game. We're going to start fresh off this timeout. That's exactly what's going on. Oh, yeah. Oh, and the fans are into it. They're trying to figure out how to rejuvenate this Armstrong team right now as they're down a little bit in the second set. Home court advantage going to be effective here. Oh, the huddle in, and here we go.
Maple Grove's Smith will serve here out of the timeout. They've got a little bit of momentum. Armstrong hoping that, you know, staying close for a long time in that first one wasn't as good as it's going to get for them, that wasn't their best shot. They want to see if they can't pick things back up here and get back into this one. Whipple to Thompson and back to Whipple. Maple Grove soft hands here and got to that one. McGill going cross court with it and the blocker into the net. It will be a point for Armstrong. LaBerge guilty.
She wears that look a lot, apparently. I had an opportunity to coach her this last club season, and we always knew when Tegan had made a mistake. She looked right at the bench right away and let us know.
Malum serving here for Armstrong. Too long. Good talk there by Maple Grove as that Smith watched it come right over the top.
It's a scary opportunity as a coach when you watch your player duck and let a ball go over her head. Sometimes that bites you a little bit, but Maple Grove caught one there. So
Bayesian serving here for the Crimson. Crane will come to the outside. LeBears are able to dig that one up. And McGill fires away for the Falcons and gets it done. She puts a lot of pace on it. When they're able to get her a set that she likes, she is pretty tough to stop.
She hits that cross shot very, very well. I noticed that when Crane was back there, she had an eye on it, but not so much this time.
McGill serving down by 4. And she's been a good server in this one.
You know, when you're that tall behind the service line, you contact that ball at a high point. There's not a whole lot of up and down. That's a pretty tough ball to pass. It's hard to find the bottom of the ball, which is what you're looking for when you're passing.
Armstrong to within 3 here after a sluggish start in this one. And the Crimson scramble and just get it over. Whipple gets the kill as Engel reaching for it, couldn't get to it. Well, we talked about wanting to bounce back and needing to make it happen right away, and now they've been able to do that, getting within 8-6.
4 of the last 5 points here. Good little run.
Oops, McGill too strong with that one.
You know, you're going to make a miss every once in a while with a serve that aggressive, and as a coach, you kind of got to be okay with that. She's going to go hard, she's going to go hard, she's going to get you 3 or 4, and then she might miss. If she does it, goes back 3 or 4 times in a row and misses, then we might want to have her back off a little bit, but that's a good aggressive serve.
Demengi serves up an ace here for Maple Grove, coming off the bench with a beauty there.
Demengi does a really nice job. She's got a good contact on her ball. The ball is going where she wants it off this serve. Stands back about 8 feet, giving the ball a little more float time.
Whipple rolling it deep here. Crane will come to Engel. Off the block and out. Point for the Crimson.
Here's Engel using that block again. She's a smart attacker. If the block's there, taking away what she wants to hit, she'll extend the court off the hands.
And Thompson had to change direction, couldn't get to that one the way she wanted to, and out it goes. 12-6 now. Maple Grove answering the run that Armstrong put together with one of their own here, and Demengi back at the service line wanting to keep it rolling. Oh, an overpass there, but it actually surprised Van Gorder Braid. She really should have had an easy play to attack that one, but
yeah, sometimes that ball catches you, or maybe you're looking at your blocker or your hitter, making sure she's not coming and doing anything fancy. Every once in a while, one will sneak by you like that. They'll recover here, hopefully. Here comes a big serve.
Lundquist for Armstrong. Crane outside to Engel with that one, and too strong. Falcons get the point.
Lundquist puts this ball right where she wants it.
And trying to go cross-court deep, but missed. There is Jennifer Van Gorder Braid. So now Maple Grove's lead is trimmed to 3.
Van Gorder Braid comes in hard and fast. That ball goes a little bit higher than she wants it. She'll get that on the next time, I'm pretty sure. Oh, not with a pass like that.
Pass well off target, trying to get it to Crane. So 12-10 now. Armstrong has once again been able to respond and chip away and get back within 2.
Serve and pass. It's a whole game right now.
Long able to dig that one up. And a misfire there by Lundquist. 13-10.
Every once in a while, you're going to have a mistake on stuff like that. You see the smile on Lundquist's face. She's exactly where she wants to be. Good run. Now we're going to see this team pass. Armstrong in control here.
Otterness to serve for Maple Grove. Sather getting a swing. Engel had it denied. Thompson with the block for Armstrong.
Engel's got one speed on her arm right now. It's faster, and if the block is in her way, we're running into a little bit of problem. Great job by Armstrong to close that block, get in front of her favorite angle. Thompson's doing a good job reading where she wants to go.
Long the serve here for Armstrong. And Sather puts it away for the Falcons. So they are on a nice roll, and they are to within a point here at 13-12.
Big swing, kind of goes in between the two defenders in the back row there.
There's Engel trying to go down the line with it, but did not get it on the court. So we are now even up at 13.
Armstrong doing a good job keeping the pressure on the Crimson. Crimson are having a tough time finding a way to side out of this rotation.
Good serve. They have to scramble to get to it. Then Long digging it up. And Maple Grove. And it's going to end up being a replay, an inadvertent whistle there, looks like.
Looks like the upper ref thought one player had a double contact and then recognized we had a little bit of a two-player here. Looks like ball goes over. Well, I think he might have made the right call initially.
Engel has it denied in the middle there, Malum. And Armstrong back in front now, 14-13.
Mellon does a really good job of closing that block. She waits until the setter sets the ball. Once the ball is out, she makes a big move with her first step, closes very nicely to block that ball, causing big problems right now. Armstrong on a nice run, 6 or 7 points it seems like here.
It looked like Maple Grove had kind of regained control. They got up at 12-6, and then it's been mostly Armstrong since, and they're fighting back hard. They're now up by a point here. Maple Grove, you see the trying to regain it right now a little bit on their faces, that they can get away from you in a hurry in this sport.
Yeah, with the advent of rally scoring about 8-9 years ago, this game has really changed. It's all about taking care of the first ball and being able to stop a team from a run.
There is a look at Callie Kazisto, the talented middle, 6'2" middle for Armstrong, broke her tibia against Orono, and unfortunately will bring her high school season and career to an end here. So unfortunate that we can't see Callie in action tonight, but she's had a nice career, certainly at Armstrong. Here's Engel tipping to the middle. Whoops, and Armstrong, a couple players went toward it and then just kind of stopped.
You know, we call that the hubby wife ball, where you take it, no, you take it, honey, no, you take it, and then nobody does. That's a nice spot by Engel to put that ball in the middle of the court where nobody's able to quite get there.
Crane, who was an effective server earlier in the match, we'll see what she can do here. Sather off the block. Crane has to battle to get to that one. Thompson will tip, but Maple Grove Smith was there. Engel backpedaling to play that one over. Sather off the block and good. Point for the Falcons.
Nice long rally, good defense on both sides of the ball. Like to see volleyball played this way.
Thompson will serve here for Armstrong.
McGill back in the front row here. Be ready to see her go after it.
Block, but Smith gets to it, and then looks like net contact there on Armstrong on that swing.
Malum a little off balance there, takes a swing on an overpass and catches the net on the way down. Good athletic play.
Engel will serve. We're even up at 15. And Malum able to put it away here for Armstrong. So they retake the lead now at 16-15.
Best way to apologize after making a mistake like that is just give me the ball, I'll take care of it and get us the next point. Nice swing by Malum.
Strong serve there. The Crimson just barely get to it. Now LeBerge getting a swing. Malum playing it over. Come back to the right side there, and a misfire by Brixius, and Armstrong up by 2.
Brixius seemed a little surprised to get that set there. Was about a half a step late getting started on her approach. Pavla's got a nice serve here. She's doing some really good things with it.
Malum smokes that one home off a nice set from Thompson, and the Falcons now lead by 3, and
It's a great jump set, freezes the middle. Going to get all sorts of opportunities for Malum. You get that athletic going.
Say they're trying to continue the run here for the Falcons. And LeBear's able to get that one off the block and finally get the side out back for Maple Grove. They really needed it at that point. They haven't really gotten her the ball all that much tonight.
Yeah, she's up, she's available, but the middle has been very active. So if that's the case, we don't need to get our outside the ball that much. Rumor has it LeBear's is fighting a little bit of a cold, so that might have something to do with it as well.
Pass off target there, and Maple Grove now back to within a point. They've been pretty effective servers tonight. I know it's something that Coach Getchell does stress a lot is working on serving. Whipple sending this one over. Maple Grove a chance to attack. And LeBear's puts it away, and we're even at 18.
There's been a pretty high efficiency on free ball kills here. Every time you give somebody an opportunity, the opportunity is seized. We'll put it that way. Nice swing by LeBear's there.
Smith. Malum just wide with that one. I was going to say it's about this point in the first one that Maple Grove kind of started to pull away and play a more error free ball than Armstrong did down the stretch. So they'll try and do it again, and Armstrong will try to make sure that doesn't happen again. Free ball played over here.
Not quite handled the way you'd like to see it.
And LeBear's, that one just seemed a little disjointed all the way around there, and their hit missed the corner by about a foot there, so even at 19.
You got two players responsible for that free ball. They got to do a better job communicating with each other about who's going to take it and who's going to back off.
LeBear's able to smoke that one home and gives her team the lead back now at 20-19. Asian serving for the Crimson. Whipple off the block. Engel tracks it down. LeBear's goes down the sideline, near line, and able to put it in play. So Crimson now up by 2.
LeBear's does a great job getting her feet behind this ball. It's a little further off the net than she's used to. Shortens up that first step and really gets after that ball and gets on top of it for the kill.
Oops, misfired there. Wanted to go down that line, but not accurate with it. So Armstrong back within 1 now as McGill will serve. And again, she's been a tough server for them. Aggressive, hard serves. Dug up by Long. Played over by Thompson. Now Crane will try and do the same, and hers pays off. The lefty able to get it done for Maple Grove.
It's very rare in today's game where you see a dump and then the return dump scored, but we see it done right here. The middle for Armstrong, not quite ready for that ball, going to chase the slide that would have been set had she not dumped on 2. Great decision by Crane.
Domengi serving. Outside for Whipple, and the block goes just wide, so point for the Falcons. They're back to within 1. Almost, that was close on the execution of the block there, but it just fell out wide.
Whipple does a nice job of seeing where that block is set up and trying to throw off hands, knowing that she probably wasn't going to get that ball past the block.
Lundquist, too strong with that serve. Maple Grove almost played it, but they're able to communicate at the end there, so Crimson by 2. Taylor Johnson back in, as you see, and Otterness will be the server for Maple Grove as they try and pull out and go up by 2. Tipped over, Bayesian hustles after, and then Maple Grove, that one was a little lack of communication as it'll fall in between.
Really good tip placement right there, it seemed like.
Laura Long to serve here for Armstrong. Crane will come outside to Engel. They dig that up. Sather able to get it off the block and down, and Armstrong evens it up at 23.
Sather gets her feet to the ball, does a nice job. We got a little bit of a late press from the middle over there for the Crimson. We're going to see this off the timeout. Look for a nice pass off this serve receive. You see assistant coach Sean Haugen talking to the setter right now, really trying to figure out where we're going to go with this ball. Aisha Green for Armstrong, talking to her kids, telling them to stay calm, stay calm. We got them right where we want them. We push 2 and we're done.
There's a look at Coach Haugen working with Crane a little bit here. A lot of experience, as you said, on the Maple Grove staff. You look at not only Monica Getchell, but Sean Haugen, Mel Smith. I mean, they've been around the gyms for a long time.
Sean Haugen did a nice job with that Totino Grace team for quite some time, and it's kind of backed off the varsity position, and when asked by Getchell to join her staff, had no hesitation, as they really enjoy each other, both as coaches and as people. Really, really good to see the family atmosphere of this Maple Grove coaching staff.
So Laura Long will serve here for the Falcons, even up at 23. Tough pass for Crane to handle, and Smith scrambles to get it over. And Malum puts it away. Armstrong up by 24-23.
Malum does a really nice job of waiting. See this ball? She doesn't go early. As soon as that ball's up, she's in the air, seeing the court very well. Nice job.
Crane able to bat that one over. And going to be too long from Sather. They had a pretty good opportunity as Maple Grove struggled on the pass, but Crane just reacting, punching it over, and Armstrong not able to convert, and now Crane will serve even up at 24. Thompson dumping it over, but Crane gets there.
Tough angle.
Oh, and it's in. Point for Maple Grove. Armstrong thought it was going to be out. Brixius just a real off-speed hit and able to find the line with that one. So 25-24, and Aisha Green will use a timeout on the Falcons bench here as her team now down by a point.
Crane kind of delivered a tough ball to Brixius. Brixius does a nice job of staying behind the ball, keeping the ball in front of her, finding just an inch of the court. You got 900 square feet. All you need is an inch in order to keep that ball going.
I guess I was kind of with the Falcons there. I didn't think that one was going to stay in either, but just a little floater across court, and sometimes they drop in. In hindsight, you could say, well, you should play it if there's any doubt, but sometimes that's all part of it too.
Yeah.
Crane getting set to serve.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't she behind the line at the last end of the set as well?
I believe so, yeah. You can tell she wants the ball too, and some people in this spot would be kind of like, oh, I hope I don't make a mistake, but she's more looking like, I'm going to go out here and serve for this win. And she'll get it. Armstrong not able to get the pass, and Maple Grove, after looking like they were possibly in danger there, they end up pulling it out 26-24 on this ace serve from Kayla Crane. So now a 2-0 lead for Maple Grove. We'll be back with our third game coming up next year. Northwest Suburban Volleyball action on 12 Sports.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set, for life.
If you could see anything in the world, what would it be?
I'd love to see Paris.
I like to see cupcakes falling from the sky.
To save your vision in the years ahead, call your eye doctor for a comprehensive eye exam today. Then call 1-800-437-2423 or log on to seeabettertomorrow.org to learn about glaucoma and macular degeneration.
I just want to see more of the things I love.
No matter where you live, life in the oceans depends on you. Do your part to keep them clean. Recycle and dispose of trash properly. To learn what you can do, go to keepoceansclean.org.
National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
The Maple Grove Crimson, we see right there, leading now 2-0. And second one certainly was not particularly easy, Andy, but they're able to pull it out with some good play at the end.
You know, the Crimson did a great job of closing out that set. Early on in the set, Malum and McGill did a great job of being active at the net, and then McGill as well from the service line. End of the match, Crimson stayed calm. Crane wanted the ball and did a great job finishing out. It's been a really nice balanced effort. She's been doing a great job delivering the ball all over the place. Be ready for a tough third set here. Armstrong's not going to go out without a fight. I expect this one to go 4.
Falcons, on the one hand, you realize how close you were, and then on the other hand, you say, man, we were that close and we didn't get it. A little bit glum faces right now, but they've certainly got an opportunity. Even the first one, they really were even until the final 5 points or whatever. So they're certainly not being blown off the court by any means, but they've got to make some plays at the crucial times.
It's about finishing sets. It's about taking the lead into the 20s and extending it. That's what we'll see here from this Armstrong team. You know, they're still. It's a new team. It's not a young team, but it's a new team. When they lost their big middle, Callie, they really had to adjust some positions, and new players are getting used to playing next to each other. Even though they were on the floor, they were in a different role. It's a different game, and hopefully they've got a couple more kinks figured out, and we'll see some more good volleyball here. It's definitely been an exciting night for everybody here in the gym.
Armstrong will be back at home on Thursday to take on Elk River. And as we said, Blaine looming ahead on Thursday for Maple Grove, and then they've got the Apple Valley tournament with some pretty good competition. So they're going to see some high-level play. They hope to get it started with a win here tonight. Engel serving, and a serving error. Armstrong goes up early. Indigo Thompson will serve now for the Falcons. And the Bears coming over the top but missed that corner, and so 2-0 lead for the Falcons. Just seems like almost without fail, a team tends to relax just a little bit when you've taken those first two.
Yeah, it's really hard as a coach to see your team come out and push hard for 3 sets.
Serving error there will get Maple Grove on the board, and they will try and get a little something going here as Morgan Smith will serve.
Look for McGill getting this ball high and outside. That's why I don't coach high school.
They come to the middle there, and Van Gorder Braid gets the block, as it was a little bit mistiming there, and Malum couldn't get much on this one. Just kind of a little hang time issue here, and tried to tip it over. McGill rolling that one to the middle. Back outside. The Bears had a block, but recovers.
Heads up play.
Thompson will go to McGill with it, and just wide. Pretty good idea on the placement, but just didn't quite hit that line.
And they've kept McGill on the left side here for this rotation. Normally after the first ball goes over, she switches over to the right to block LeBerge and swing from the right, but staying on her left side, which is her strong side.
Allen tipping, and Maple Grove praying an effort, but couldn't keep it up. Picked the right time on that one.
Good spot for that tip. That ball's going to fall more often than it's picked up, especially at the high school level. At the college level, those kids are a little more ready for that ball, but especially after a little bit of a run for your opponent, you get that ball out of serve receive, that's going to drop a lot.
Sather will serve here for Armstrong. We're even up at 3. Engel firing away, and a free ball there, and the Bears pounding it away. Thompson got to the right spot, but just couldn't keep that control of that one.
Watch the overpass here off of Engel's attack. LeBerge ready for it, drops herself in the right spot. Thompson exactly where she needs to be, just doesn't get enough air under that ball.
Now it comes out to McGill, and that one is good. Thompson and McGill looked pretty smooth on that one. They knew what was going to happen there, and McGill able to put it home.
McGill's got that look on her, like, just give me that ball again. I'm going to score here. Keep giving me the ball. I'd like to see it happen. She's their #1 attacker right now in the front row, especially with Mellum in the back row serving.
And LeBerge wipes it off that block, and the Crimson back in front. They're going to sub in Courtney Medic now, number 17.
Medic liberos for the JV team, doing a nice job here coming in to serve cold. And a dig to boot.
Smith sending it over. Thompson will come back out to McGill, tipping here, but Crane gets to it. Now Engel rolling across court and able to drop it in as Whipple couldn't quite get there.
Engel gets herself caught a little out of position, does a really nice job of seeing where the open spot on the court was and rolling that ball right down for a point.
Sometimes it's, that served too long. I was going to say, sometimes it's kind of hard to admit that, okay, this isn't going to work the way we want to. I've just got to make the best of it, and that's what Engel did there, flat-footed, just keeping that ball in play, put it in a decent spot, even though your timing is off.
In discussions with Concordia coaches Brady Starkey and George Padgett, they always tell me we're always trying to put the other team in duress. I think that was a really good job there by Engel, putting the other team in duress.
Oops, we praised Engel. This time, not so much on that one as she
put herself in duress maybe a little bit on that one.
I think so. Hannah Schmiesing serving now for Armstrong. And a service error there will put Maple Grove back in front. Relatively young team for Armstrong. Quite a few 10th graders have been on the court tonight. You got Sather and also Allum and Schmiesing, and then 9th grader Lundquist. So got quite a few that'll be back. But they do certainly lose some firepower. And Crane able to put it away.
Crane doing a nice job of seeing the open deep corner there and attacking hard and fast into that deep spot. Good swing for her.
Hotterness serving for the Crimson. They're up by 2. And hammered home by Whipple. So an 8-7 score, and Allen will come back in. Falcons within a point here. Laura Long to serve. And we got a question on substitution here, looks like, with Armstrong.
Coach Green wondering if, in fact, we do have the right server. Now we're going to get a substitution. There we go. Malum was all excited to go back in. It's not quite her turn, I don't think.
Lundquist will serve. Good job of making sure when you're in doubt instead of costing yourself. And And that one was close to being long, but I'm not sure, so they'll play it. Engel has it denied. Avila getting up for the block for the Falcons.
You know, when Maple Grove's out of system, they tend to get a little predictable, as do just about every team, and the middle blocker just standing in front of that ball.
And that one too strong. The previous one would have been close to being out. This time they let it go, and it is indeed out. 9-8 now for Grove. And Crane will serve. To the outside, they'll come to Engel, tipping it to the middle. Good recovery by Armstrong, and then Engel playing the ball back over her shoulder. That could have been played by somebody else, but she wasn't sure. So good hustle by Thompson and crew for Armstrong, and there you get a point out of it. Sometimes those can give you a good spark on a ball that seemed to be on the way down.
You outwork your opponent, you're going to get some points like that, and Thompson did a great job of that along with the rest of this Armstrong team.
And that ball is in. Armstrong kind of hoping more than anything there, watching and hoping, and Brixius found the cord. That one was in by a fair amount there.
Brixius doing a really nice job as a sophomore coming in and making some difference here.
Engel serve just crawling over, and Maple Grove fortunate on that one, as I think probably about 8 times out of 10 at least that ball would not have made its way over the net, but it does, and it's a point. Overpass here and put away with relatively ease by Brixius, and now Maple Grove going on a little run here. They're up by 3 points.
And there's a lot of different things you can do with that overpass. We saw LeBerge go up and crank one early. We saw Brixius just tap that one into a spot that's going to score. Both worth 1 point for that team. So
Malum able to put it away as it off the tip off the hands there, and McGill will come back in. So a 2-point deficit for Armstrong, as Indigo Thompson will head to the service line.
Malum sees the court so well.
Engel has that one eat her up a little bit, and it's a point for the Falcons, and they're back to within 1 now.
Thompson doing a good job of handcuffing Engel a little bit there, pushing her deep to her right, making it a tough pass.
Smith calling for this one now. Crane will come to LeBerge to the outside, and it's blocked. McGill was there. Pass wasn't exactly, or the set wasn't right where she wanted that one. Had to reach for it.
But LeBerge, being a good senior leader, looks at her setter and says, "That's my fault. I'll get that ball."
Gets another opportunity at it here and puts this one down cross court. Crimson back in front.
Gets her feet to the ball, good high reach, and finds that cross court 4-5 seam. Really nice spot by LeBerge there.
Smith serving with her team up by a point. McGill firing Smith. Well, great effort by Smith and LeBerge, but they just couldn't quite get any lift on that ball. So 13 all. Armstrong trying to retake the lead now as Sather will serve. LeBerge reaching to the outside. And there's Malum finding the corner. Maple Grove really got sucked up there and left quite a bit of room.
Malum does a great job here of hitting deep to that left back corner. I don't know if the libero thought that ball was coming in or what, but she definitely sucked up a little shorter than she probably should have been.
And LeBerge firing away and long, couldn't control that pass. 14 all.
Long in exactly the right place, just kind of opens her hip a little bit too much. That ball sails to her right.
Bajan serving here for the Crimson. little mix-up there from Maple Grove. Twice in a row they didn't communicate. The first ball 2 players kind of took, and the second none did. So Armstrong back in front. Malum serving. Crane dumping that one over on a ball tight to the net. Now McGill into the net. So 4th hit there on the Falcons. A point for Maple Grove, and we're even up at 15. And Medic will come back in. And McGill will get the kill there for the Falcons, so they're able to get the job done.
McGill stepped in and passed there. Haven't seen a lot of that from her this match. Did a nice job getting that pass up, and Thompson repays the favor by giving her the ball to get the kill.
And they're not able to get to that one off the pass, so 17-15 Falcons.
I thought Crane was going to end up in the camera guy's lap there. She was hustling pretty hard for that ball. Saw him last second and pulled up a little short here.
And able to get an ace off the net. So McGill puts her team up by 3 points now. Engel, then dug up by Sather. Now Sather will reach back and get this one over. And Armstrong winning a big point there. Pavela. Falcons fans excited about that one. They go up by 4. You work hard and things start to even out in terms of those breaks a little bit, and they scrambled and got it done. Crane will come to Engel. Too long with that one. 20-15, Armstrong's biggest lead in any of the games here tonight, and a timeout taken by Monica Getchell on the Maple Grove side. You can feel this one slipping away from them.
You know, you talk about rotations versus rotations, and this rotation with McGill serving has caused the Crimson trouble all night. They've had a tough time passing the ball, having a tough time when they get a pass up, getting a good swing, good contact on the ball. We're going to see coming off this timeout, I wouldn't be surprised if Monica Getchell changes what her serve receive looks like, might bring Engel back, might give something just to give a different look. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. We'll see what Getchell has in mind for the team.
You've already taken the first 2, and you know, to an extent, you go, well, okay, we're still up, but that's when you start to get. You don't want to have that mentality that you have some margin for error, even though the reality is you do.
That's the great thing about volleyball is it doesn't matter who wins the first 2. It doesn't matter who's up 24 in the 5th set. It's whoever finishes. You got to score that last point in order to walk out of here with a W. So Armstrong's preaching that right now. We're going to extend. We're going to finish here. Maple Grove hoping to stop the bleeding a little bit.
McGill, another bullet, another ace. Armstrong is starting to look inevitable here that they're going to force a 4th. And another.
McGill just too hot to handle. This is a great serve. Put some pace on it, putting it in between 2 players. And here we see a little bit of a change in serve receive, letting the libero step out and kind of clear her head for a pass here.
Crane sending it over, and there's Indigo Thompson attacking the first ball there, puts it away. 23-15. All of a sudden, Armstrong can do no wrong.
Nice swing there again, taking care of the first ball, putting it to someplace where nobody is to defend. Nice spot by Thompson.
And Maple Grove unraveling a little on serve receive here. Boy, they're not that these aren't great serves, because they are, but there's balls that they should be able to handle. 24-15 now. Armstrong trying to extend us to 4 here.
It's a long 3 minutes if they don't side out this pass.
And they don't. Armstrong pulls away to win emphatically here in the third, 25-15. So Falcons dominating late. McGill ripping off a string of points, and they will go to a 4th here as Armstrong comes up big in the third. And we go to game number 4 here. Northwest Suburban volleyball action on 12 Sports.
So many kids' activities today seem to leave out the activity part. New research tells us that just getting children to walk an extra 35 minutes a day could spare them the pain of thinning bones later in life. Encourage your kids to get up, get out, and get moving.
Hello. Hey, Grandma, how about another grape soda?
A public service message on building strong bones for kids from the Pediatric Orthopedic Society of North America and the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
One day these rats were playing in the woods. Wanted some matches and that's no good. Listen to smoke before you give it a try.
Only you.
Don't play with matches. Don't play with fire. Cause there's nothing very funny about rooftop life. Nothing very nice on a homeless mind. So if a gorgeous force is what you desire, don't play with matches. Don't play with fire.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Fire.
An 18-year-old has been charged with a shooting that critically injured another person.
Last week, one of the vehicles disappeared from this lot in plain sight. Ultimate goal is to develop an app that gives the visually impaired turn-by-turn directions.
Event organizers say many of the fences here were about 20 years old and were in need of replacing.
Hits this one well out to left field, and that one's going to be in for a hit. It bounces to the fence. A run scores.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
Maple Grove seemed to be in command. They won the first 2 and then had the lead in that third, but all of a sudden Armstrong pulls away and McGill serving out a win, and Maple Grove trying to kind of get that confidence back, and Armstrong thinking now their confidence sky high. You know, hey, it's our opportunity here, and they're eager to get back at it.
Momentum is a crazy, crazy thing in high school sports. I've been watching this game played for the last 20 years, and I'll tell you right now, we could see a 5-setter the way that third one ended.
Thompson serving to start it out here for the Falcons. Good block by Malum, and Armstrong takes an early lead. Crane setting it up and denied. Malum, a single block. They're able to get the better of Brixius on that one, 2-0, and they are just rolling with confidence right now.
Getchell does a rotational switch here, moving things up a couple rotations to get past that tough rotation they ended that last set in.
And dumped over into the middle by Engel to get Maple Grove a point.
Engel doing a great job of seeing the court all match this match. really sees what's available, puts the other team in pressure, good things happen.
Long's pass into the net. Thompson trying to dig it off but couldn't. And it's 2-2 here. Thompson out for McGill, firing away. Engel just fought that one off. And then not great form there by Taylor Johnson on that swipe at that one, and Armstrong goes up 3-2.
It's a tough angle to swing at. Coach is probably telling her to maybe do something a little different, maybe just send that ball over deep to a corner. Don't let them get comfortable, but you can't be giving away free points like that in this fourth set.
Smith will have to send it over here. Armstrong a good chance now. Mellum had it denied. And that'll be a point. Brixius up there for the block along with Taylor Johnson. And the Crimson get the point.
Johnson does a good job of finding where Mellum's going and getting in the way there. Does a nice job on the close over there from Brixius. Well done. Good form block.
Morgan Smith. Whoops. That one had all the way too much on it. And Armstrong goes back in front here at 4-3. Mellum with the serve, and that one is also way too long, back-to-back service errors. And Bajan will come back in now to serve here for Maple Grove. We're even up 4-4. Maple Grove won the first two, and Armstrong pulling away emphatically late in the third to keep it alive and go to a fourth here on their home court. And McGill able to get it done here for the Falcons off the block.
McGill apparently does a great job there of using the outside blocker, LeBerge. LeBerge seemed a little confused, didn't think she got it.
Yeah, I was wondering. I wasn't certain either if that one had just gone off the top of the tape.
Well, the refs never make mistakes, so we just kind of got to accept that, right?
Thompson coming to Whipple.
Good touch by Engel there.
Asian sending it over. Back out to Whipple again. And this time puts it home. They were shading to the middle a little bit. Instead, she came back to that corner.
Whipple doing a great job here of going over the shorter of the two blockers down that line.
McGill serving with a 2-point lead. Whoops, and there's a serving error. She has continued to serve very hard and aggressive tonight.
I think that must be around her 45th serve. I feel like the entire time we've been watching, she's been back there serving. She's allowed to miss one or two.
Domingue now serving for Maple Grove. Engel swiping it down the line. Now sent over by Sather. Johnson had that one almost get away from her. Crimson fortunate to get it over there. Thompson a swing, but Bajan digs that up. Now Engel had it blocked. Big rally, and it goes Armstrong's way.
Nice long rally here. Engel sees a spot open, and the middle block closes late.
Hannah Lundquist to serve here for the Falcons. And the kill for Van Gorder Braid there for Maple Grove, and they are back to within a point. Crane a good back set there. Blocked just a touch late. But then a serving error for Maple Grove's Otterness. They served pretty well early in the match, and that may be part of the reason that they're not having quite as much success later as they did earlier. Been a few more mistakes lately. Long serving here for the Falcons.
Domingue does a nice job there communicating, letting the middle back know she's going to step in and take that ball. Puts it in a good spot in the right back. Very, very difficult place to play that ball from.
And now Crane will serve for Maple Grove. And Crimson will get another point out of it here, 8-8.
Crane with a nice set out here to Engel. Engel again using that block. If you're going to give her that opportunity, she's going to take advantage.
Yeah, that one actually off the shoulder, it looked like a long.
As long as it's up, I guess.
Lundqvist digs it up. Now Sather. Nice dig the other way, Domingue. Engel off the block and good. Ball was quite a bit to the outside there. Able to swipe it cross court off the blockers. So Maple Grove goes back in front now.
Engel does a great job transitioning far outside the court to get after that ball.
Sather. And they get it over, and then Thompson too long. Maple Grove. Those are kind of the fortunate plays that you start to hope go your way, and that time they got one.
Engel turns around, sees a ball flying at her head, just throws a hand in the way, sets it up. Thompson has a good swing at it and just overswings.
Pushed over by Sather. Crane gets to it. Domingue now to Engel. To the outside, Malum. Crimson fight, but can't keep it alive, and Armstrong back to within one.
Mellum has scored on about 20 feet of the net. She's been hit on that 32 towards the outside. She just scored there on a slide right behind. She's been in the middle. Very, very active, doing a nice job.
Thompson serving. Tough ball to handle there, but they get it over now. Sather. Crane will come to Engel. Looking for the deep corner, but didn't get it. And now we're even up at 10. You know, for a little while, it was kind of like Armstrong was staying close, but you didn't really have the feeling that they had a real good shot at winning the whole match. I wouldn't say that anymore. It's turned.
No, the Armstrong kids are playing with a little more swagger, a little more style. They're doing a really good job. They're confident with themselves and with each other. Good things happen when you're confident with who you're around.
Thompson serving her team up by a point. McGill sending it over. Pushed over by Brixius, and it'll work out as the blocker Malum didn't time it quite right. And now an even up fourth here. Engel to serve for Maple Grove. Here's McGill hammering away, just long. A line judge at first started to signal in, but then said out.
McGill gets up and gets on that ball as she's been doing the entire night. Missed that end line by about 1/4 of an inch. It's a great swing. It'll drop next time, I'm sure.
Engel serving her team up by a point. Lundqvist scrambling to get to that one. Johnson will set it outside. Brixius, then they're able to keep it up. Here's McGill, but that time into the net, and Maple Grove up by 2 points.
Brixius isn't the type of player that you're going to write highlight articles about, but I don't know that she's made a mistake this match. Very, very strong player.
McGill from off the net, able to find the corner there. Solid placement.
Armstrong doing a really nice job of attacking that right sideline. Not a whole lot of defenders over there. They keep their right back under at about the 10-foot line. Middle back standing in the middle of the court. That shot's going to be open for him.
Kelsey Sather serving for Armstrong, and it's an ace, and we're even at 13. Maple Grove had put together a little run to surge into the lead, but the Falcons quickly put an end to that, and we're even up. LeBear's got a swing there. Now McGill dug up. Engel will have to play it over and does. And Malum gets the kill for Armstrong.
Malum's put that ball in somewhere within 3 or 4 feet of that exact spot, probably 10 or 12 times tonight. She really likes that left back corner, doing a good job of finding that spot.
Timeout taken as Armstrong goes back in front.
Nice little dig here, putting them in trouble. We're going to get a free ball here. And as has been the case most of the night, free balls lead to points at 32. And again, just attacking that left back corner for the defense. Armstrong all smiles right now.
And Maple Grove,
a look of concern here.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, as much as you try not to think about the fact that, hey, we had a big lead, and you know, but those thoughts creep in, and sometimes it's hard to get it back.
Great part about rally scoring here is Armstrong's got the serve 14-13. They're up, but Maple Grove's going to get the first chance to tie this game up. They get first swing, as we say. First contact here. They take care of this first one. They'll get a swing and see what happens.
Say they're serving for the Falcons, up by a point. And too long. Good communication by Maple Grove.
Credit that point to Getchell for the timeout.
Morgan Smith now to serve here for Maple Grove, even up at 14. And she's going to return the favor. Boy, we've seen that's probably at least 4 times tonight, I think, where one team's long serve has been answered by the others. So Malum to serve. Armstrong up by 1. The Bears going cross court with it. Engel sending it deep middle, but Armstrong handles it. Whipple into the middle, able to drop it home.
Good location by Whipple on that outside set. Engel makes an adjustment after getting beat a few times down that line, moves down that line, and Whipple sees the 6 wide open and scores. Nice swing.
And LeBears puts it away here for Maple Grove, and they're back within a point.
Nice swing here by LeBears. Block a little late jumping. You got to get up with her on time or she's going to do some damage. Safety first. We got a shoe timeout here.
Bajan tying the laces before trying to even up this 4th game here with this serve. And McGill denied by LeBears there, 16-16.
Van Gorder Bray does a nice job closing that block right next to LeBears, leaving no room at all to swing.
Whipple cross court. Smith just barely gets there. Left McGill with a chance. Wait a minute, we've got net violation on Maple Grove, so score that point for Armstrong. And they go back in front now, 17-16. I was going to say it would be a shame if they didn't get that point because it looked like they were, like McGill had taken advantage of that overpass, and indeed it was the whistle on Maple Grove. And Crane able to just tip that one over on the pass into the net. Kind of a fortunate outcome, I think, for Maple Grove there.
Tight ball, gets her eye on the ball and definitely knows exactly where she's at, where the net's at. Does a nice job of placing that ball over the net for the point.
The Bears serving here and overpass, but Falcons fight through it. And then a block put up by Crane. Maple Grove back in front now at 18-17. They'll come out to Whipple and put away. Oh, I think might have been tipped at the net. Bayesian then trying to handle it but couldn't. 18 apiece. Turning into an excellent match here tonight. We weren't really that sure what to expect from this. I mean, the team's records were relatively close and thought it had a chance to be a pretty good one. And Maple Grove seemed to be in command at one point, but now pretty even up. 18-18 is our score. And was that off hands? No. Armstrong will get the point. They go up 19-18.
The big difference for me is in the first two sets, Armstrong's serve receive struggled for stretches. And since the beginning or middle of the third set, they've really calmed down and taken care of that first touch.
Engel rolling it to the middle. Falcons scramble, but cannot quite get it up. And we're tied now at 19-19.
Smarter, not harder from Engel. She gets this. She sees the hole in the middle of the court, draws back, throws that little tip shot in, causing a whole lot of problems.
Thompson will send it over.
Domingue with the read there.
Here's Engel off the block for the kill. 20-19. Maple Grove, the first team to hit 20 here in this fourth. And a lot of times an indicator who might end up going on to win it. Otterness serving for the Crimson. Sather. That one dug up and a good pass. Now Crane to Engel. Off the block and good again for Engel. 21-19 Crimson. Timeout Armstrong.
It's 3 straight kills by Engel, doing a really nice job. First one, she roll shots to the middle of the court. Second one is a hard ball in between the block. And on this one here, we'll see her see what's happening. We get a great dig by Domingue. Crane gives her the ball. Again, a little bit of a soft shot, uses the block very effectively.
So now the pressure swinging to Armstrong a little bit here as they're trailing it by 2 points at 21-19. Again, for Falcons fans, they've got another home match coming up on Thursday, the 4th of October against Elk River. And then next week they'll be traveling to Centennial and Anoka. Or check that, they'll be at Centennial and then home against Anoka. And meanwhile for Maple Grove, they have got a date with Blaine Thursday night, the 4th, at Blaine, and then they'll be in the tournament in Apple Valley coming up. So then we're heading, actually, hard to believe, but we're not all that far from the end of the regular season here. Really 2 weeks from tonight, these teams will be, or one of the teams anyway, will be ending their regular season. 21-19 Maple Grove. Thompson going to Sather. Dug up there. Now Engel just wide with that one. Maple Grove thought there might have been a touch on that ball, but Armstrong will get the point, 21-20. Long serving now for the Falcons. Engel tipping. Now McGill puts that into an open middle, and Armstrong ties it up at 21.
About 3 points ago, they put McGill back in, and I had a feeling this was coming sooner rather than later. The back row attack, again, hits to a spot in between two Maple Grove defenders.
Thompson able to get that one over. Maple Grove scrambling. Now Thompson to Malum, tipping. Crimson just get to it. Engel rolling it to the middle, and that one will drop in. He seems like he has maybe a little rear view mirror or something to be able to tell what's open and what's not.
Yeah, she was nowhere near looking at that court. She has a feel for what's going on the other side. You got to respect a player that can see those things and take advantage of any small opportunity she has. Very well done.
Crane serving here for Maple Grove.
Feel like we've been here before.
Yeah,
Crane serving at the end of the game.
That's somebody they wouldn't mind having in the serving in this spot, that's for sure. And Brixius, a misfire there, though, and we're even up at 22. Thompson to serve for Armstrong.
3 hitters stacked for Maple Grove over here on the left side.
Engel, that one's dug up by Long. They're tipping it to the outside and just wide. Good decision to let that one go. Maple Grove will get a point out of it. They go up 23-22, and Engel will serve. McGill fires away and ties us up again at 23.
It's a big swing by McGill. They're wanting the ball late in the set. Takes a big approach, sees the block, goes high off those hands into that deep right corner.
Sather will serve now for the Falcons. And the Bears will put it away. Falcons fans, a little grumble in there as they thought that one might not have been clean contact there for Maple Grove, but they will get the point. Timeout, Aisha Green on the Falcons bench, 24-23 Crimson.
Late in the set, you like to see the players decide the outcome of a match, but I'm not going to say I disagree with Aisha Green on that lack of a double call there. Good fight for the Maple Grove Crimson to finish out there to get that big point.
Another look at it here, right there.
A little unclean, and LeBerge takes advantage of it, sees the open spot right behind the block, and rolls under to score.
So Maple Grove trying to put this one away. I don't think they want a 5th game on the road here after they had taken the first 2. Even though they've come back and you know, played better late in this 4th, you still have to feel like you don't really want to see what would happen in that 5th if you're Maple Grove, I think, tonight. So here is Smith serving.
Couple options in the front row for the Falcons here. They could either go to McGill or to Malum.
Smith with the serve. They're going to come to Malum, tipping it. Now LeBerge. Dug up by Long. Whipple. And that one will fall in, and Armstrong stays alive, 24-24.
Whipple does a nice job there in transition, seeing the open spot in the 6 again. We'll take another look. Whipple, big swing, sees that area in between. A little bit of miscommunication there between Engel and Smith.
Malum serving it here for Armstrong.
LeBerge with the kill.
So the Crimson back in front here at 25-24.
Bajan back to serve. This serve by Bajan, 25-25. McGill back to serve, 25-25. Tough pass. Ball sent over by Smith. Nice dig. Thompson with the answer. Thompson and Pavela both went up and wanted that ball. Nice swing, nice block. Overpass. Yeah, they're both all over that ball. I think they're friends. They get along with each other, able to smile after that one, saying, yeah, we both want to score. Got a timeout by the Crimson here. Down 26-25. Momentum changes are often.
Maple Grove trying to find it again.
Maple Grove has Crane, Van Gorder, Braid, and LeBerge in the front row. Look for a ball high and outside to LeBerge here. McGill with that strong serve is definitely capable of ending this with one contact. That one's my fault. Missed serve by McGill. Tied up at 26-26. LeBerge goes back to serve. LeBerge's serve. Tipped by Whipple. Tight ball, net violation on the Crimson. Back into the game, Lundqvist. Lundqvist will go back to serve. 27-26 Falcons. Engel with the first chance. McGill picks it up. Another opportunity. Great dig by Long. McGill with a swing. Just Long. McGill gets a great look at this ball and just gets a little excited, a little under the ball, swings a little long. Back to serve now, Laura Otternes. Thompson with the set. Thompson with the swing. Just Long. Armstrong looking for a touch call, doesn't get one. We now have match point. Otternes serving.
A little technical difficulties here. I think I'm back, at least for the moment. Now it's Engel on the outside, and she misses cross court for Maple Grove. And it's 28-28, unbelievable.
Good opportunity here to end this match. Goes for what's an open spot and just misses.
Now it's Long serving here for Armstrong, even at 28. They'll come to Engel on the left, and she puts it away. Maple Grove now back in front by a point.
Nice set by Crane out here to Engel. Engel goes in that seam. McGill sees where the ball's going, just doesn't quite get her body there. Crane serving for match point.
Crane gets the go ahead here, 29-28. And a scramble, and Armstrong will get it over. Crane coming to Engel off the block. Good recovery by Brixius. Cross court with it is off Engel, and Armstrong lives to play again here, 29-all.
Great swing here, good cross court shot. Engel a little too far underneath the block. Nice swing.
Indigo Thompson serving. Thompson will come to Malum. Now Engel had it denied. Will come back row, LeBerge. And that one's returned. Here's Engel rolling it to the middle. McGill tips and gets the point, and Armstrong back in front.
Armstrong with set point here. Great opportunity. Good swings all the way around. Good spot there by McGill, tipping that ball right over the block. Got a miscommunication error between the middle and the libero.
They're going to come back again, LeBerge. Now it's Sather. And play on. Was there a whistle?
There was a whistle. Whistle for contact on Armstrong.
And so we're even at 30. A little confusion. Armstrong sending a captain over to say, well, we got to. I think it ultimately is a correct call, but there just seemed to be a lot of indecision.
Green thinks that ball caught the block. Down ref, I think, blew the initial whistle. Oh, another tip by McGill. Good point there.
Armstrong back in front now at 31-30. Wow, what a game here in number 4. And Sather to serve. Armstrong trying to extend it to a 5th. Just got a piece of the net. The Bears off the block and wide. Point Maple Grove, and it's 31-31.
Big swing here by LeBear. She goes up. It's a nice block, barely out of bounds. Tied up at 31.
And that serve almost looked like it might be heading out, but Long played it. Here's LeBerge. Off of Whipple and comes back over. They'll go to Brixius on the outside, cross court, and missed that one. Falcons up 32-31.
The Bears with the pass. Gets the ball back. Big swing. Thompson jump set to McGill. Down the line for the point.
And McGill will extend us to a 5th as they win it 33-31. There's one that all the fans will remember this one, and we go to a 5th and deciding game here as you look at Armstrong getting the point. Back set to McGill.
That's just a great spot. You can tell the excitement. The senior leader really excited to help her team take this to a 5th.
So Maple Grove got the first 2. Armstrong gets the next 2. The 5th one will decide it up next here on 12 Sports.
I remember the moment.
I'll never forget that moment.
That changed my life.
At that moment, it hit me. This is why I joined the Guard. We're soldiers, always ready to protect our country. But we've also got communities. Family, friends, neighbors who count on us. I couldn't believe it. I just saved a life. Somebody from my hometown.
See what it means to be a citizen soldier at NationalGuard.com.
What a thriller here this one's turned into. First one was pretty good. Second one was very good. Then Armstrong pulled away to take the third to keep the match alive. And then I don't think a lot of the parents and fans who are here tonight are going to forget that 4th one, Andy. That's kind of a season highlight, I think, for especially the team that ends up winning, which in this case was Armstrong.
You know, Armstrong's got to be happy with that 4-set win, but Maple Grove doesn't have anything to hang their head about either. They were down early, but took some big swings towards the end there. Armstrong fortunate enough to come out with the win there. I'll tell you, it's worth everybody's price of admission, even though it's going to be a little late getting out of here tonight. Everybody's here that was able to come to the match tonight or watch on TV. Really good match, really good volleyball, really exciting.
Of course, when we go to the 5th, it's only up to 15 rather than 25, so you have to you can't afford a slow start like you maybe could a little bit more in the first ones.
Yeah, the team that's going to come out first, you know, we always talk about in the coaching world, first team to 5 and then to 10 is actually going to be very, very helpful here. That the first 4 games, you want to be the first to 20. It's early starts because you don't have time to recover.
Engel will serve here for Maple Grove as they try and get some momentum back, although I don't think that's as big of a factor. The way that fourth one was, it's kind of even up, I think, in that regard a little bit, even though it's Armstrong that's battled back from the 2-0 deficit. Crimson scramble, can't get it over. Armstrong scoring the first point off of Maple Grove's serve, so that's big for the Falcons. They don't let Maple Grove get anything going early.
Sather's doing a great job in her second game as an outside hitter as she moved into that libero, from that libero position.
Too strong with it as LaBerge, so 2-0 Falcons. Thompson will serve. Long trying to dig it up, and Thompson, takes a tumble over there. I hope she's all right. Looks like she is. Oh, yeah, she's
little hop in her step coming back in. Great hustle by Thompson on a good swing here. LaBerge gets all of this one.
Little skip between the chairs there.
Vision, just like her dad had playing running back.
Yep, jumping over a tackler there. This time it was a chair. Thompson. Oops, her and Malum not on the same page on that one.
It's the first time we've seen her and Malum misconnect. It's been a go-to hitter for her all night long.
Morgan Smith serving here for Maple Grove. Outside to McGill, off the block. Point for the Falcons. They go up again 3-2.
McGill is just going to swing hard or harder on that ball.
Sather serving for Armstrong. They try and build a little momentum, 3-2. Here's McGill, and why not? McGill has been so effective tonight, 4-2.
McGill's been scoring from all over. She's, you see right here, she takes a big approach. She sees that seam in the block, right down onto the floor.
And a tough serve by Sather. Nets him another point, and Armstrong has continued the way they played those last couple and leading it now 5-2. Sent over by LaBerge. Armstrong's Thompson scrambling.
Oh no.
Here's McGill, that time off the top of the net. And a point for the Crimson, and that was one they kind of needed here. They can't afford to fall, let Armstrong get too much momentum and fall behind even further.
McGill taking a big swing, just missing one. That'll happen to the best of us.
Here's Bajan serving now for Maple Grove. Three-ball chance here for the Crimson. They come to LaBerge, and was it touched? Not quite. I thought it might have been, but officials say no. A point for the Falcons.
See LaBerge here take a big set. She just kind of underruns it a little bit on top of her shoulder, a little long.
Malum serving with a 3-point lead here for Armstrong. To the outside, and the slide doesn't work there. Van Gorder Braid into the tape, and Maple Grove playing a little tight. I mean, I guess in a lot of ways it's natural. You're on the road, you went up early and then lost the next two, and the nerves might be getting to them a little bit now.
What happens in this fifth set is it's all about momentum. It's all about trust, and Maple Grove calls a timeout here. Going to need a little bit of calming factor. Let somebody step up and say, hey, we got this. All we need is one pass. Typically your setter will step in and say, hey, just get this ball high off the net. We're going to get a score here. We're going to find a way. We're going to find a way, and everybody believes it. Away we go.
I think for Armstrong, they still are kind of able to play with that nothing to lose mentality because they were behind so much early. At that point, I think the pressure to a certain degree lifts off you a little bit and say, well, we might as well just go out and do what we can, and they've been able to continue to play with that freedom, it feels like, here all the way through now.
Yeah, it became, after the second set, it became Maple Grove's to lose. more than Armstrong's to win. And Armstrong's had all the pressure off of them since that point.
Malum serving. The Bears tipping to the middle, and that was very successful. Drops it in and scores a much-needed point for Maple Grove, and they're down by 3. And Tegan will serve here with a 7-4 deficit. Thompson comes to Whipple. Cross court with that one, and it is good.
Ball set high cross court here. Not quite sure if she thought that ball was out or not. Smith kind of taking a half a step and then opening up.
McGill will serve with an 8-4 lead. And make it 9-4. I was just going to say they could really use a couple of those rockets. She ran off to end the third. Was just giving Maple Grove fits trying to pass her serves. And that pass into the net, but Crane able to tip it over. And again, Crane tips it over, and Armstrong Sather can't keep it up.
Crane's doing a nice job tonight with those tight passes, staying productive with them, able to get up and redirect or push down, anything that's needed for her team to be successful.
Otterness to serve now for the Crimson. Oops. A little miscommunication there as Thompson's set ends up on the floor there, trying to go to Pavela. Whipple gets the job done on that one, and Armstrong happy to see that after, you know, pretty much giving away the previous point to get into your offense and get a good swing. I mean, sometimes physical errors are going to happen, but when you had like the one before it, it really can be deflating. So they quickly wiped out the memory of that one.
Tell you, Whipple seems to be pretty emotional for this team. They seem to ride on her quite a bit, especially swinging on that outside.
Anna Lundquist with the serve. And Thompson attacking, Crane attacking the other way. Maple Grove staying alive, 10-7.
Crane for the second time returning the favor after a Thompson attempted dump with a successful one here.
Scramble for Armstrong. Uh-oh, it hits the basketball hoop, but they're able to get it over.
McGill touched that ball, sending it into the hoop, and then touched it again to send it over. Double contact is the call.
So the Grove within 2, and now timeout taken by Armstrong. Good pickup on that by the officials and by you, Andy. There at first, when it was up in the air that long, I'd forgotten who sent it there.
Great pickup by the official. I'll be honest, I didn't know it either right away, and then backtrack it through your head. You figure these things out. Green's probably telling her team the exact same thing Gitchell said 3-4 points ago. Hey, let's just relax. Let's do our job. Let's play our game. Let's play Armstrong volleyball. And off this timeout, we'll see some good swings, I have a feeling. Maple Grove is now talking about momentum now being on their side. Play with confidence. Play with swagger. Get after it.
And how well these teams can serve, it's important at any point, but right down the stretch here right now, very key. So Crane to the service line here, her team down 10-8. They won the first 2 tonight and really seemed to be well on their way to win. And if you remember back to that third, they were actually in command in that one early on too. And put away by Sather. Armstrong's lead back to 3.
And a shot to the middle of the court is falling. They're hitting it right over the block here. Both defenders on the deep side are not communicating well. That ball's falling in between them.
Crane will come back to LeBerge. Now Sather off the block and gonna have a double hit called there as it was her lift as Taylor Johnson tried to fight that one off. It was kind of caught up in her arms and near her face there. So Armstrong leading 12-8. And timeout taken by Monica Getchell on the Maple Grove side.
Game of momentum, game of swings. We're going to see off this timeout one last big swing, I have a feeling, for Maple Grove. Calling this ball going to Engel. And her getting up and getting after it and seeing where the chips may fall, as they say.
Whether it's right or wrong, you had the feeling that Maple Grove just kind of had the thought that they had this one in command. I'm not really saying they let up or fell apart or anything like that, but just I think they were starting to think, okay, this is ours, and then it turned on them in that third and really never could quite get it all the way back, although the fourth one certainly could have gone either way.
Yeah, you know, they let that third one got away from them on one big rotation. That fourth one was anybody's to win, and when they lost that one, this fifth set has seemed to be a little bit hesitant, little calming here. Not necessarily what you need with your offense.
Laura Long serving out of the timeout here. There is Engel, but it is blocked, and Armstrong will get the point. 13-8. They're within 2 of completing the miracle comeback.
They pushed Engel to the right side this time. She hasn't swung over there much today, and the Armstrong block knew where she was.
Back row to LeBerge, and she gets that one home. Maple Grove, 13-9 deficit now.
Engel back to serve. LeBerge back in the front row for the Crimson.
Thompson coming outside to Sather off the block. Engel scrambling, and they can't quite get it over, and it's 14-9. Armstrong will try and put it away.
Great hustle by Engel there. Good effort by the team to try and keep that ball in play.
Here's Thompson serving for the win. LeBerge had it blocked. Brixius pushing it over. Falcons scramble, and Sather had it over the net, but wide of the mark there. And so Maple Grove still alive at 14-10, but no margin for error right now. Morgan Smith serving.
McGill up in the front row for Armstrong.
Thompson will try and go that way, but denied by Brixius, and Maple Grove back-to-back points here.
Brixius and Van Gorder Braid do a great job of knowing where that ball's going and getting right in front of it.
Timeout taken by Armstrong here as they look like they were on their way, but Maple Grove not ready to go out without a fight, as you would expect based on how this match has gone.
You know, that serve is tough, takes them out of system. Thompson has to go high and outside. The block standing there waiting for that shot.
There you see Crane saying 3 more. That's a nice thing, as you said earlier about volleyball. I mean, the clock doesn't run out on you until that last point has been put up. You take things one by one.
Nope. No, Crane needs to worry about 12 first before she worries about tying this game up at 14.
Puts some pressure certainly on a server here. I mean, obviously now a serving error is deadly for you. Morgan Smith. They'll go to McGill. Ooh, a tough pass there. Now LeBerge sending it over.
Couple options.
Sather tipping to the middle. Crimson scramble, but they'll get it over. Thompson wants to come to Sather with this one. And there it is. Sather puts it away, and Armstrong completes the comeback.
Down 0-2. A lot of people had Armstrong packing this up. Armstrong had other thoughts. come back, win the third set 25-15, fourth set 33-31, and finish it off with a 15-11 win here tonight.
Boy, that can be a kind of a season changer, I think, for a team. They came out, and this was a team that looked like they were probably in for a short night, and they come back and make it happen. It was a tremendous victory for them.
Here we see the last point of the night. Out of system ball. We're going to send the ball over and see what Maple Grove can do. Maple Grove in a little bit of trouble. LeBears here pushes it back over. And Libero turned outside for the winner. Oh, sorry, I'm early. I forgot how long this rally went on, proving both teams want to fight, want to fight, want to fight. And there's the final point. Great swing, great comeback by the Falcons tonight.
So Armstrong pulls it out in 5. We'll be back to wrap things up here from Armstrong High School in just a moment. A thriller, Northwest Suburban volleyball action here on 12 Sports.
So many kids' activities today seem to leave out the activity part. New research tells us that just getting children to walk an extra 35 minutes a day could spare them the pain of thinning bones later in life. Encourage your kids to get up, get out, and get moving.
Hello. Hey, Grandma, how about another grape soda?
A public service message on building strong bones for kids from the Pediatric Orthopedic Society of North America and the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Welcome back to Armstrong. Plenty of drama tonight here in volleyball action, and the Falcons pull it out in 5 over Maple Grove, and we're joined by a couple of the happy players that helped make it happen. And Indigo Thompson, this one's got to be one of the best thrillers that you guys have had coming back like this. How much fun was it to be a part of it?
It was so fun. It's for sure the most exciting match we've had this year.
After those first 2, I was saying I thought the odds didn't look great for you guys to win, but did you still believe at that point you had a decent shot?
Oh, we had faith. We had faith. We knew we could do it if we just did what we needed to do and just stayed disciplined.
And down the stretch in that 4th one, I think both teams thought they had it won at a few different times, but what was kind of the key to being able to pull that one out and then come back and do so well in the 5th?
Stay focused and keep your nerves cool. So, yeah.
How much might a win like this do for you guys the rest of the season now? What is it going to mean for you?
I think it just gives us, even if you're down, we know we can pick up and still pull through.
All right, congratulations. Great performance here tonight.
Thank you.
And Jasmine McGill, they seem to go to you in the crunch time there. How much fun was it to get some swings and just be a part of a big win like this?
It was amazing. It was very nerve-wracking, but if you focus on what you needed to do, it was fun. It was fun volleyball. So.
Even in the 3rd, they went ahead of you guys early, but then you closed out so strong with that run of serves. Has your serving been this strong all year, or was this kind of the highlight of the way you've done it tonight?
One game, the Coon Rapids game, I had 8 serves in a row, but it's been up and down, so that good stretch of serves really bumped up my rates there, so that was fun.
Were you guys still fairly confident even after you had lost the first 2? I mean, it's tough not to kind of wonder a little bit, but did you stay confident?
We fluctuated, as you probably could see on the court, but we stayed strong most of it. We were pretty confident. We have these little games they're called minis, so we were focusing on getting 5 points and then starting over in 5 points. So we just kept playing, and we played like we knew how to play, so it paid off.
Good crowd here tonight to watch this one, too. Does that make it even more fun, just being able to hear your home fans roaring when you guys do something well?
Oh, yes. It really pumps you up.
All right, congratulations. Nice win here tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Jasmine McGill along with Indigo Thompson, a thriller for Armstrong. Tough loss for Maple Grove as they came out strong to start it, but they end up falling here in 5. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's action. For all of our Cable 12 Sports crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Again, it's Armstrong over Maple Grove, 3 games to 2.